Yope, talking about Sinners, the movie. Um, just finished watching it. Get my thoughts on it. I'm not gonna be playing the video because I don't want it to get copyrighted. Um, just get my thoughts on the video. Movie. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just gonna be spitballing here. I don't really write these things down. This movie is very good. It's entertaining from start to finish. There are a few flaws I have with it. I guess I'll get that out of the way. When it comes to Sinners, the my biggest problem with Sinners is it's two. It's two. The whole movie's good, but it feels like the movie is like a slave movie or a history movie about slavery, about two brothers. That's what it feels like, and then it's like right and like I checked the time and it was like 30 minutes left exactly right then, or like 40 minutes, but right then and there they like stopped the movie. Now it's a vampire movie. That was done pretty abruptly. Uh, it's like I get they need to build up the brother relationship, the girlfriend relationship. They spend a lot of time trying to force you to care about these characters, which I would say worked and didn't work. The only characters I cared about are the twins, Mary, the guitar kid. That's about it. That's about it. You could tell like they were really trying to hurry up and get the cast because like the movie's 2 hours long and um it's not even dragged out, which is insane. But that's what's hard about vampire movies. That's why there's post credit scenes hinting at another movie of Sinners. Because when it comes to vampires movies, that's why most vampire movies have TV shows or sequels. It's very hard to establish vampires in a movie, just singular. And this one is no different. This one is no different. There's so many questions. Like the movie just keeps going, doesn't really let you breathe or think about like how is that even possible. Um, Scenery's good, visuals are good, music is good. The plot is fine. I don't mind the plot. I completely two brothers run away from Chicago. Um, try to put their past behind them. Basically, build a bar. It's fine. Trying to think. Like, there's not that much wrong with this movie, but it's like there's also things where it's like, you know, it's not bad, but it's like it's bringing the movie down from stop it for being a 9 or a 10. Um, like Mary, the whole Mary thing, like she wasn't really needed. Like, don't get me wrong, Haley did a good job, the actress, but like it was not a needed part of the movie. She didn't lose I didn't lose anything with her in the movie. But uh I wouldn't lose anything if she wasn't in the movie. It was just like a tacked on relationship that, one night stand thing. And now he loves her and I guess um I do like the vampires. The vampire part was my favorite part. And that one hurts because they're barely in the movie, which is a good thing, but also it's a singular movie right now that the mystery of the vampires are pretty good. Um, I do like the whole aspect of greet them in brings a whole new. I never knew that. Apparently, that's a normal thing in vampires. Um, from what people are saying, that this is an old thing that people don't use nowadays. But the whole invite the person into your house is very good for the audience too, because it's a thing that the audience doesn't have to be told what the situation is, but it also lets the audience guess and think and use their brain. Because 9% of the time, like every time you would see someone walk up to the door, you would just think, "Oh shit, is he about to ask to be let in?" And even like the part where the dude was banging on the door. This is spoilers, obviously, but the guy was banging on the door to asking to be let in. You're understanding from the viewer point, like, "Oh, dude, this dude is safe," but from their point, it's like, "Shit, did he get bit? Why is he asking to be let in? It's like so many things are nice with this movie. Another thing, I wouldn't say they're not really. I mean, the vampires are the villain, but not really a villain. I mean, they're a villain, but they're like monsters. No motive, no nothing. They're just evil people. That's another thing. That's another thing I didn't like about this movie. And maybe it's just a misunderstanding on my part, but I don't understand why um I don't understand why vampires don't eat the humans. They take a bite out of them and then they're done, which kind of defeats the purpose of being humans. Now, they didn't explain like maybe we want more numbers to then eat humans, but like for now it just seems like they're just biting humans to get more vampires and then there's going to be nobody to eat. That's what threw me off in this movie. Cuz like every person like you would see like a chunk, like, like a bad scrape at a warehouse job, something a dog would do to you on your arm or your back. But it was like there was never eating or drinking blood. It would have been different if like they drank the blood of the host of the human and then they transform into a zombie. I mean a vampire, but they don't. They just bite them and then they're a vampire, and it throws it all off. Um, Also, another thing I don't get about this movie is so many scenes like the Asian chick. She should be in the trailer somewhere. If I can't find her, then I can't find her. Yeah, there she is. This chick right here. Um, the movie hints at like you gotta let him in, the host, because he keeps. Cause every time someone tries to a zombie, I mean, I keep saying zombie, a vampire keeps trying to get into the building. They keep wanting Smoke, or I forgot their name, but they keep asking Michael B. Jordan character to let him in, like he's the only one who can do it. And then all of a sudden, this girl screams to let him in, and they get in. It doesn't doesn't make any sense. I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. The ending of this movie, it it was rushed. It was rushed. It was just straight up rushed. The movie felt like, oh, okay, now we got to wrap it up. We're 2 hours long. Have the girl just do something stupid, and scream, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't they shoot her? Why wouldn't they cover? Like, why wouldn't they choke her out? Why wouldn't they put a towel over her mouth? I mean, you could have just shot her and waited till sunrise. But then again, like, you know, I guess like they had to wrap things up. That's the thing. Um, there's like that's the thing. Like with the movies, like it's like my brain is trying to make up reasons why they would do certain things. Like, why wouldn't the vampires set the house on fire? Is that illegal for vampires to do? Um, if that is, like, they never explain anything. A lot of it is left up to the viewer to like be okay with it. But that's pretty much all. Like, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie. Like, while watching the movie, I have no problems with it. These are all thoughts I have after the movie's done. But to the positives, this is Michael B. Jordan's performance in this movie is a 10. Um, like, just straight up, Michael B. Jordan performance in this movie is a 10 out of 10. Um, he's always been a good actor to me. He has I didn't rate Creed, but I did like Creed. I think I gave Creed an 8. Creed 3. I mean the one with Jonathan Majors, I gave it 8, whichever one that is. But this is a 10 out of 10 performance. Like the acting of both characters, he does like perfectly. They're not even they're not even remotely close to you believing that they're the same person. It's not like corniness, you know. You actually believe that they're twins. It's almost like he spent a year doing one twin and then the other year doing another completely person for this role. And it was honestly the best part of the movie, which is the twins and then the vampires. But Michael B. Jordan killed it. I love smart smart protagonist, and Jonathan Major. I mean, Michael B. Jordan is a smart protagonist in this movie. Um, Another thing that's randomly off my mind is how did the his girlfriend, the black chick, how did she even realize there was vampires? I mean, in real life, I mean, but you got to like in their time it's slavery, so like or segregation and slavery. No, it's slavery. In their time, it's like how do you even know what vampires are? Like, is that even a thing? It's one of them things where it's like you just look at the movie like what you just assume it's a vampire. I get like if they like she just said, "Oh, I heard a story one time about him," and then it's just like, yeah, as the viewer, you have to like, okay, you just have to accept that this is a thing that she knows. But I didn't really like that. But these are smart, mostly smart protagonists. They don't make super dumb decisions. Michael B. Jordan doesn't make dumb decisions. Uh, he's very reasonable. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like his character was just good. The blue one, the blue one. This one right here on screen. The blue twin is just so smart. The red one is smart too. He dies super. No, he doesn't. I mean, he does die, kind of, but he doesn't die super early. I guess you would say. There's no way for him to know he was going to get picked off. So it's not like that was dumb on his part. You know, there was legit no way to know he was going to get picked off. Um, Another thing, I think Haley, she did a good job too. I think everybody in this movie did a good job on acting. To be honest, I think Haley did. I think everybody did like a plus. There were some B's, but everybody did an A plus. Michael B. Jordan, I think, is the only one in the movie who had a S. Um, Mainly because he also had the hardest role to pull off, which was two people at once and making them feel different without it being corny. Um, yeah, he definitely did an S job. Also, another thing I do like about this movie is creating their own. I don't know if it's existed in the past or past movies before, but the whole music thing was pretty cool. The whole it feels like they're creating their own lore with vampires, which is I flex with that all the way. I'm all for creativity, and it was done very good, not even cheesy. Because when it's new, you know, you're just really downloading it all for the first time. The whole evil's passed down. You find out the guitar is from his father. His father used to beat on them. It's like, oh shit, okay, it all comes back full circle. Um, the music being time travel, I think that meant like I get there was a vampire. Like that's another thing, another plot hole I don't get is how there was a vampire in the movie before the music start playing. Maybe hinting at the Indians did it that were chasing them. Um, or maybe someone else brought the music out. Maybe like someone played the music and brought the vampires. Yes, and then the music that he played draw them to him. But they never explained. Like the vampires just show up. They just show up, and like that's what's so difficult about having a vampire movie. The first movie and it's 2 hours long because there's so much on the table to be explained. But I don't hold that to a fault because of how vampires are. How vampires are. You know, when it comes to vampires, you just can't say like, "Oh, there was a virus, a T virus." You can't just say, um, like in I Am Legend, like he tried to cure cancer, and that's how they got made. Um, so many zombies just T virus, Resident Evil. You can't just do that with vampires because they go back hundreds of centuries. 90% of the time they're not lab made, and that goes with these. These are demons apparently. You know, they're not lab made. They're transferred. They said the lady said they die and then the body becomes a host for a demon. So they're not lab made. So um, who knows where this goes? Apparently, I've seen a post credit scene where the guy's in the future playing jazz. there's so many questions I have, but that's all. That's just because it's the first movie and it's a vampire movie, so it's very hard to pull it off. But yeah, it's not a bad movie, not at all. Michael B. Jordan, S tier performance. Um, it handles. It's not cheesy with the racism. I mean, it's not racism, but slavery time. It's not cheesy. It feels very mature. It's not corny. Takes itself very seriously. Is another thing I like about this movie. They could have like they could have. I don't know. I don't know how to. It just feels like history. It feels like they said slavery and then let's add what if zombies existed. And to be honest, it's not a bad premise, and not at all. Um, because it's a zombie movie and not a KKK movie. And it's like, yeah, the KKK is in here for good reason. They do exist back in the time, and they still exist nowadays. So it makes sense, like they're in here. But it's like you came here to see a zombie movie about Michael B. Jordan playing twins, and that's what they do. That's what they do. It's very well paced. They're not trying to waste your time with things you're not interested in. But overall, if I had to rate the movie out of a 10, I give it a 9. I give it a 9. I give it a 9. I'm I give it an 8. I give it an 8. I give it an 8. There's so many plot holes in this movie. There's so many times. The reason I give this movie an 8, and it's an amazing movie, but the reason I give this movie an 8 is so many times this movie wants the audience to make up their own logic or forget certain logic for the sake of the movie. So many times. Like, how does she know vampires exist? Why does the vampires stay around the building um instead of just going out to get other people? If sunrise was coming, why didn't the vampires run? That's another thing I don't get. Sunrise was right around the corner and they didn't stay. They didn't explain the whole time travel thing with the guitar. What was the Indians chasing the vampire for? If the Indians knew there were a vampire inside of the house, why wouldn't they just kill the vampire? Um, even if nighttime was coming, I guess that mean it would be three zombies. I mean three vampires, to an extent. But yeah, that's probably my biggest one. Another thing, like if they're safe inside the house, which they were, the whole time the vampires were there, they were safe inside the house as long as you let them in. Why would the lady let them in? I get it. Your kid is in. Your kid was in danger, even though they weren't, because she didn't. They didn't leave. They didn't leave. They never even tried to leave. But like she screams to let them in for no reason, even though they're safe. Like I get they have knowledge, but like, what do you gain? What do you gain? It's one of the things where it's like the stupid character ruins everything. Let's say you do let him in, and then what? You die and they go kill your daughter. Let's say you don't let him in, they go kill your daughter. You're like, where is the? And then she immediately gets picked off. She lets him in and immediately gets picked off from the jump. So it's like you did nothing. You did nothing. The sunrise was like in 5 minutes. But the movie had to have stakes, had to have a big final fight. The final fight was good. Um, Makes sense. Like the vampires bodied everybody, which is valid. They would. Um, Except for Michael B. Jordan. I like the whole necklace thing on his neck, the silver he has on his neck, stopping the bite, which was very very good. Well, nice, very good detail. Even caught me off guard. Um, but that is it. Peace. I'll send this video and goodbye.